Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we have Fury's episode 14 of my Football Manager 23 save with #United. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We've hit that 900 mark, so thank you very much for your support. If you could subscribe though, that would be massively appreciated. Drop a comment in as well down in the comment section down below to help boost the video in the YouTube algorithm. Now, since you were last with us, our form has been very inconsistent. There has been some activity as well in the transfer market, so I'm excited to show you that. We've balanced the wage bill as well. We've got out one of our, I think he was our highest paid player in Danny Gold. We've brought in a couple of players. Now, there's a lot of players who don't want to come sign for us because they're concerned about our league position, which is obviously not ideal. So make sure to drop a like on there for me. Subscribe if you're new as well. And let's get into it. If we start out then with our player departures, Dean Collins has joined Egware and Kingsbury on a, I don't even know how long the loan was. He's gone there on loan until the end of April, really. So I think that's around the end of the season sort of time. They're paying, I think, all of his wages. They're paying 80% of his wages, but that only means we have to pay £1 per week towards his loan spell. He's a decent player with still some good potential, so I'm excited to see how he does develop in his time out on loan. Kai Griffiths is another player who has gone out on loan. He's gone out on loan to Hillsham for, again, don't know how long, until basically the end of the season, once more the 1st of May. They're paying all of his wages over there on £20 per week, so I'm excited to see again how he does develop. He's yet to make an appearance for the Tags, but obviously now has an opportunity out on loan at Hillsham, who are in the league below, I believe. So let's see how he gets on there. Sam Harris has also left the club on loan. He's gone out on loan to Eton Socon for, I'm going to presume, again, the remainder of the campaign, again, towards that middle of April sort of time. 18 years of age now. His potential does seem to have gone. He can play right back, centre back, or left back, and at 6'1", he is fairly versatile. He's played a decent amount of time for us over the last couple of seasons. 6 appearances, then 13, and then just a 4 for him so far this season. He's already made 2 appearances for Eton Socon, where he's averaged a 6.25, so his loan spell so far isn't going the greatest. And the final departure for now, as I mentioned earlier, is Danny Gold. He has joined at Saffron Walden on a permanent contract until the end of the season. He was on £160 per week with the football club. We had to get him out the door. He massively underperformed. He came in as our star signing in the summer and only got 1 goal and 1 assist in 15 appearances. He made a lot at left back as an inverted wing back, so you've got to give him credit for that. You know, he did a job in a position he's not really too familiar in, but massively underperformed. He's done well in his first game with Saffron Walden, but I believe that is a step below the one that we are currently playing in as well. But there is all of our departures for now, and I'm happy to get him out the door because he was on a lot of money for this level. We have made 2 signings though. Firstly is Rory Hill. The 34-year-old can play on either wing or even in the centre of midfield as an absolute last resort on £20 per week until the end of the season. He's just another option in there because of how we've structured our wage bill. You are going to need some players like this who are going to play as absolute last resorts. He did actually play our most recent match where he got a 6.6 on off the bench, but he's come in on a free transfer from Baldock Town, who are playing in the Spartan South Midlands League Premier Division. Doesn't exactly sound great, does it? The last time he was playing in the Isthmian Leagues, he got 4 goal contributions and then 4 goal contributions again for Cray Valley. So not a bad option as a last resort, in my opinion. And our other signing is a backup right back. Harold Sen has come in on a deal until the end of the season. 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Will provide some competition with James Beresford on only £70 a week as well. I think this, again, much more sort of realistic signing considering his star rating to wages. I think this one is a pretty decent pick up. 5-star potential as well. It's apparently got the potential to play at North or South Standard, so he could be a big signing for us over the next coming seasons, and obviously, like what I say, provide some good competition with Beresford. But there are all of our signings. In terms of how we've been getting on then since you were last with us, the last time you saw us was this 3-0 win against Needham Market. After that, we had a 1-1 draw at home to Wroxham, a 2-2 draw away at Walthamstow. We were actually 2-0 up in that game and conceded in the 90th minute, so that one was very disappointing. We then had a 5-1 battering away at Brentwood before a 5-2 win at home to Stowmarket. Then we had 3 defeats on the bounce against Bury Town, where we lost 2-0 at home, Moldham and Tiptree, where we lost 3-0 at home, a 2-1 defeat away at Grays, again losing that one late on. Recently though, we had a 5-1 win at home to Chertsey in the Velocity Cup second round, before most recently a 2-1 defeat at home to Coggles Hall in the league. In today's episode then, we have Basildon United away. They're currently 17th in the table, and Tilbury at home, who are currently 11th in the table. Let's waste no further time, get into the first match of today's episode, and we can go straight into it. To be honest with you, we don't need any cuts because I'm going to try my hardest not to change the team if we don't need to. Cunningham is suspended for this match, so Kamara comes in at centre-half, and that means O'Connor is going to have to fill in on the bench. O'Connor currently has a offer away from the club on a permanent basis. Here is how we line up then for today's game. We line up in a 4-2-4 formation with Taylor in goal. A back four of Beresford, we'll swap them to around Kamara, Haysom and Bateson, who's now just going to have to try and learn to play left back rather than left wing back. In the midfield, we've obviously got Diol and Wright, with Francis and Apengteng on the wings, Teniola and Sarson leading the line, which leaves on the bench to be Essien, O'Connor, DPD, Hill and Brown. As you can see, our squad isn't the biggest these days, but like what I say, with what we're currently doing in the transfer market, we're still trying to get another player or two in on lesser wages, and we'll just see what we can try and do with free transfers and all that sort of stuff, because our summer recruitment was a bad one. This season for me is just going to be a write-off. Let's just make sure we don't get relegated. I did recently sign a new contract with the football club. My contract was due to expire at the end of the current season. It's now been extended until the end of next season, and if I get us promoted, I do get an extra year on that. My wages went from like, I don't know, £40 per week down to like 10, but wages on Football Manager, I don't see why you would want anything other than the lowest amount they can physically offer you, because it doesn't benefit anything unless you're doing like a in real life sort of save where you're like, oh, I want to try and earn the most money as possible. I don't really see a reason why you would ever want to be anything other than the lowest. There's a Apengteng strikes here just wide of the target. Really positive start from us there. Corner ball for us here, which Beresford will swing into the box towards that back post, looking for Teniola. Good opportunity for him there. He's recently got back on the score sheet a couple more times than what he had been doing towards the start of the season, but that is some poor distribution. Now Price picks up the ball here, driving towards the bar, and cuts it back into Richardson. Ball swung into the box, looking for Smith. Header underneath it, and I thought I was going in there. Shocking positioning from Callum Taylor, who again recently signed a new contract with the football club. It was due to expire at the end of this season. He's now with us until the end of next season. He's our star player, our main man in between the sticks, and while he hasn't performed as well as what we'd like him to, he is still a really good goalkeeper for this level, so he's someone who I do want to keep my hands on. As Basildon now have a throw in here, Woodford picks it up and he clips the ball into the channel. Beresford underneath that, and Haysom comes charging in. Francis now is massively underperformed this season. I actually saw there was an account claiming to be Jermaine Francis in the comments on a couple of the episodes, as Alex Teniola has found himself on the score sheet there. If that is actually Jermaine Francis, welcome. Hopefully you are enjoying the series. If it's not, then what a really weird thing to lie about. But Jermaine Francis there picks up the ball in the midfield, plays it back into Ellison Wright, clips it over the top, and the big man Alex Teniola is once again back on the score sheet. We take the lead in today's game with just 23 minutes on the clock. Because of how the season's gone so far, it doesn't excite me as much when we're winning games, because we're not challenging for promotion this season. We are in a relegation battle, and I can't hold my hands up. It's basically my fault for having such a shocking recruitment strategy in the summer, as Basildon have come really close to an equaliser there almost instantly. 25 minutes on the clock, Basildon 0, #1. It seems like pretty much every team in the league has also now played 18 games. I think it's just the two at the top who are on 17, as a ball is swung into the box there, but Beresford is able to deal with that one. Like what I say, everyone's around that 18 game sort of mark now. Everyone has pretty much played the same league games as one another, so you can really get a gauge of how the table is currently looking. That is a poor ball though from Wright, and Lomax is able to claim that one. 36 minutes on the clock, or we are approaching certainly 36 minutes. Lomax goes long with this one, and Richard is in behind here, and there's a good opportunity for him there. I really hate that on Football Manager, where your defence just completely switch off. It seems really stupid to me. Beresford now clips one in, Kamara underneath it, and I couldn't really tell because of the camera angle there. I think it's saved by the keeper onto the bar, and Bateson now finds Wright. Back to Bateson one more, into the box looking for Sarson. Doesn't get underneath that one though, and now Price will have a chance to drive forward here. Picks it up here, the number 9 for Basildon, as we approach that half-time whistle. Price over on the far side, finds Chambers inside, clips on over the top for Richards. Question marks if he was offside there. He was offside. His shot, thankfully, gone wide regardless. As we approach the half-time whistle, we are going to be going into the break with that 1-goal lead. It has been a fairly even game, but we're away from home, so we do want to pick up the 3 points here. I'm happy with your performance so far. Keep it up. Let's get underway for the second half. As you can see by the league table, if we can have a look at it again in a moment, 3 points here would be a big win for us. Basildon are another team who are in that relegation sort of mix at the moment, as that is a pretty comfortable routine sort of save, but still not the easiest of saves there for Callum Taylor, and he will now look to distribute this ball, probably long, even though he's told to distribute it to the centre-backs. He always seems to love kicking it long, and when he does, he should be aiming for Teniola, not a Peng-Teng. I can't really tell him what to do. They all just ignore me anyway. Haysom clips the ball down the line, headed back across, and now eventually it finds Ellison Wright in the midfield. A Peng-Teng now picks it up, driving inside. Good play there from a Peng-Teng, but he loses it far too easily. And now a ball is clipped over the top. Richards gets underneath it. He finds Price in on goal, shoots off the crossbar again. Basildon have had some big chances in this game. How they haven't scored yet, I'll never know. Lomax here with the goal kick. He clips one forward here. Can we get underneath that again? Richards pinning our men far too easily. Both our centre-backs are on a yellow card, and obviously with Cunningham suspended, we don't have another centre-back option. Teniola is in behind here, and Alex Teniola has his 10th goal of the season. Sarton and Teniola are linking up very nicely since we've gone to this 2-striker formation. Non-league is pretty simple, isn't it? Just play 4-4-2, and a lot of the time it will work. Sarson with some scrappy play, eventually though plays it through. Teniola with the first time finish past the oncoming Basildon goalkeeper, and 51 minutes on the clock. It's Basildon United 0, United 2. We double our advantage in today's game. Definitely onside, and that is a lovely finish there from AT. We've still not had a chance to look at this bloody league table. Beresford looking for Teniola, cleared away though by I think it was either Rowe or Oshilaja. Francis now picks it up on a yellow card. We've picked up quite a few yellow cards in this game. Bateson over the top looking for Sarson. Francis now picks it up. What can he do with the ball? He comes inside and finds Diol. He clips one forward. Poor pass though, and Woodford clears. Haysom underneath that one. Right on the ball once more. Finds Bateson. He clips one into the channel, but again, really poor ball and really easy for Lomax to collect. 54 minutes is the current minute mark that we are approaching, and a ball is sent long. Again, Price pins Haysom far too easy. Ball clipped in behind here for Richards. Takes a touch and a second, and Kane Richards has a pretty much immediate response there from Basildon. It's been coming. They've had a lot of chances in this game, and Basildon pull a goal back here. Far too easy there. Haysom has had an absolute nightmare. Chambers with a good ball in behind, but Kamara again flat-footed. And Taylor, that is just shocking positioning really, isn't it? 54 minutes on the clock. It's now Basildon 1, #2. Throw in here for the tags. Bateson finds a Peng-Teng. He swings one in looking for Francis at that back post. We could really do with a third goal in this game, so I'm not confident in our ability to defend a 1-goal lead as the ball is swung forward again here. This time Beresford's underneath it, but our midfield is completely non-existent. Price now plays it out wide into Richardson. Driving towards the penalty area. Ball into the box. Bateson underneath it. Eventually finds Smith, and they've hit the woodwork once again in this game. I'm thinking about maybe bringing a striker off and providing another midfield option, but Andrew O'Connor is not even got any ability anymore. He's just a grade starred out player these days, so I'm not too confident in his ability either. We'll make some subs in about another 5 minutes or so as Basildon are on the ball here. Gerrard clips a ball forward. Kamara underneath that one. He finds Diol. Swings one in behind for a Peng-Teng. First time ball in looking for Teniola, and there is the hat-trick. Alex Teniola with his 11th goal of the season. We really did need that goal, and a Peng-Teng provides a brilliant ball into the box. It's just a long ball really from Kamara. It's actually Diol with the long ball. A Peng-Teng though with a first time ball into the box, a brilliant ball in, and Alex Teniola from 7 yards out. He's never missing that one, and I am now a little bit more confident in making these substitutions and going a little bit more defensive. So what we're going to do now is go to our tactics. We're going to bring DPD on for Jermaine Francis, who's not having his greatest game. Actually, no, we're going to bring on Rory Hill for Diol, put DPD in the midfield, and put Hill out on that right-hand side as an inverted winger. And then for our final change of the game, we're going to bring on SEN for Beresford. Now we've got an actual right-back at the club, I feel more confident bringing him on to play there. Beresford's playing well, but he's a little bit tired, so we'll get some fresh legs on there. 3 subs made. Fingers crossed we can see this one out as DPD has a free kick here. What on earth is going on with this wall here? What on earth is happening here? Why have we waited for the wall to get back? It doesn't matter though, because Dom Penazar-Dower has absolutely drilled one into the back of the net. 4-1 now to the tags, and we're looking very comfortable. How the game has gone, I think Basildon have started the better chances in this game. DPD, though, goes to the side of the goalkeeper. He can't stop that, and it's now Basildon 1, United 4. We've completely ran away with this game. A shout for a penalty there, waved away, though, by the referee. Basildon coming forward here with 15 minutes left on the clock. I tell you what, Richards has provided a big threat in this game, and he's in behind here. Is he going to get a goal? He's not. It's a big save from Taylor, and that is exactly why we've given him a new contract, because yes, he makes mistakes, but a lot of non-league goalkeepers do on Football Manager. He comes up with big saves every now and again though, and I certainly don't mind that one, as Hill plays the ball through here looking for Sars, and not really been too involved in this game despite his assist earlier on. Ball clip forward, Haysom this time gets underneath it, and now DPD finds Wright, swings on over the top looking for a Penteng, cuts it back here to Sarsen, and as we were just saying, Sarsen's not really been involved in the game. He comes up with his 13th goal of the season there, and with just less than 10 minutes left on the clock, it is now 5-1 to the Tags. Game well and truly done here. I don't know why, but every time we seem to come on camera, we always seem to put on a show. A Penteng with another assist as well, swings it across, Sarsen with a tap in, and he's finally got involved in the act on today's game. I mean, we could even get a 6th here. Free kick here, which DPD is stood over. 3 men in the wall, he strikes it. This time he can't convert. Good opportunity for him there. Unfortunately though, he's hit the ice cream van in the car park. I mean, look at the stats. It's been a very, very entertaining game. We've just been the more clinical of the two sides, and now we've hit the crossbar there. Somehow Rory Hill is at the back post, and he's nearly found himself on the score sheet. DPD finds Ellison Wright, back into DPD. Haysom now, back into Wright. Good football this from us here, and that will be the end of the highlight. Can we just have the full-time whistle, please? 3 minutes added on at the end of today's game, and for some reason we've got a free kick. Is this going to be just one of them stupid end-of-game highlights, or are we actually going to have a chance? I mean, he's 30 yards offside there. He's scored, but he's a good 30 yards offside there. It's 6-1, and no, it's not. It's back to 5-1. Good opportunity, but unfortunately, he was literally the size of the Titanic offside there. Free kick here for Basildon. I presume this is just going to be, we're just going to sit here and wait for him to take the free kick, and then that will be approximately full time as we await for the referee's whistle. There is the full-time whistle. Basildon United 1, #United 5. We always seem to put on a show on camera. Absolutely brilliant. I'm very happy with the result and the way you played. Let's get into the second match then of today's episode. Is it at home to Tilbury? I'm pretty sure it is. Let's get into it. Like what I mentioned at the start of last game, we did have an offer in for Andrew O'Connor, and I think now is the right time to move him on. With just 2-star potential, no current ability, £20 a week, it just makes sense just to get him out of the door for now, because he's not good enough. He's never really going to be good enough. We're going to wish him all the very best. He thinks it's a positive move for him, but he has joined Alton on a permanent contract there in the Combined Counties League. I'm not too sure what standard that is. Again, doesn't sound great. Sounds like a step down, and fingers crossed he does well there, and I do wish him all the very best. Something we have really liked this season is goals, to be honest with you. As well as Sarsen and Teniola have done for this stage in the season, it's not quite the 30-40 goals Teniola had been scoring over the last couple of seasons. We've only really got 2 senior strikers on the books, as it Andrew Brown as well as offered something, but we just need to get another one in my opinion. Jonathan Lacey is going to join us on a deal until the end of the season. £65 a week as a fringe player, 25 years of age. The head physio has given Jonathan Lacey a clear bill of health after the player cleared his medical without any immediate concerns. We're going to accept him, get him in through the door, and like I say, provides another option up front. If we have a look at him in a little bit more detail, keen to see what he can do despite initial reservations about signing him permanently. Fingers crossed he scores a few goals when given the chance and proves to be a worthwhile signing. His potential's not the greatest, but on a deal until the end of the season. He's more of a poacher, advanced forward sort of player, 5'9", but 10 finishing at this level, not horrendous in my opinion. He's got some good stats in there. He's just pretty all round. His previous couple of clubs, he's done well at, 8 goals in 15, 8 goals in 19, 11 in 36, and them 8 goals in 9 were at Vanarama South level. So he's a good player. I've got high hopes for him, and he might even start this game against Tilbury. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for today's match at home to Tilbury. Despite doing pretty well in the last game, we have made a couple of changes with Taylor starting in goal. A back four of Beresford, Haysom, Cunningham and Bateson. Diol and Wright take up the midfield spots with Francis and a Penteng on the wings. A Penteng has really impressed me over the last couple of matches, and leading the line is Alex Teniola and a debut for Jonathan Lacey. Reece Sarsen does drop to the bench despite being our top goal scorer, but he has played a medium match load recently, so we just want to keep him fresh and all that sort of stuff. And Andrew Brown does now drop out of the matchday squad after such a good performance in the last match, and how we did in the last episode. On camera, we seem to absolutely cook everybody, so I'm expecting another 3 points in this one. It would obviously be very nice. I know Basildon weren't the greatest of opposition. Maybe that's just a coincidence. Everyone we seem to play on camera might just not be very good. Let's get underway then for today's game, and fingers crossed we can pick up back-to-back wins. They're currently 8th in the table though, so this will be a pretty decent test for us, as Bateson has a throw in here, finds a peng time, but that one is a poor touch now. Copeland swings a ball forward, Cunningham underneath, that one back in the squad after suspension. Beresford clips the ball forward there, but that is easy for Bell to claim. 6 minutes on the clock. It's been a bright start from us here. Bateson already looks really tired, but Cunningham can play left back, and then we can obviously bring Kamara on at centre back. Clark now on the ball here. He goes back there, really dodgy back pass, and Bell will come out and claim that one. We're happy just to sit off as of right now. Ball clip forward, Cunningham. He finds Jermaine Francis, and now Diol finds Harry Haysom. Beresford now on the ball, driving over on the far side, clips it through here into Lacey. Early chance for him on debut, and he's missed. Oh dear. After taking the number 9 shirt, and I've started him over our top goal scorer, maybe Reece Sarson would have definitely converted that. I'm not so sure. I guess we'll never know, but that is not exactly the way that you want to start out your career at a brand new club, missing a massive opportunity, an easy opportunity inside the first 6 minutes, is it? That wasn't ideal. Nothing else has really happened in this first half, as Teniola drops deep and picks the ball up, plays that ball out wide here into Bateson, who's trying to learn to play left back, plays the ball down the line into a Peng-Teng, who's now hit the crossbar. Again, looked harder to miss than to score. And somehow we're going to be going into half-time at 0-0. We've been the better team comfortably in this game so far, and somehow it's still 0-0. Thrash the arms, I'm far from pleased. Overall, we've done quite well, but our finishing has been absolutely shocking, and fingers crossed it doesn't bite us in at the backside. Right, with a really poor pass there, gives it away far too easily for my liking. Cunningham back in the centre of our defence though, is massive for us now. Diol, he goes back into Harry Haysom, clips one over the top, looking for Lacey, in behind. Surely he takes this chance, rounds the keeper, scores. Jonathan Lacey on debut with his first #United goal. It took him to opportunities. He wasn't squandering that one though. Haysom with a nice little clip over the top. The centre-back can't quite get there. Lacey showing his pace, rounds the keeper. I mean, it wasn't the greatest rounding of the keeper you've ever seen, but either way, 5 minutes into the second half, is now #United 1, Tilbury FC 0, and we take a really important lead into today's game. We'll give them some praise, and that is absolutely beautiful. And now we're now on the clock. We'll actually wait and see what happens from this highlight before we make our substitutions. Unwin now, ball into the box, looking for Clark. Beresford with a header back into Taylor there, really composed. Since we've brought in Essien, Beresford's performances seem to have increased quite a lot, so maybe that's all you needed, is a little bit of competition, and we'll start playing it much better. Since we've got Gould out of the team, we're doing a lot better. Cunningham again, towering header, absolute monster of a centre-half. I didn't realise how good he was until he's not in the team. Diol now finds Beresford. He goes into Jermaine Francis, who's really underperformed so far this season, and there you go. That is a poor pass there, but Clark is going to be dismissed. He tried to trip him up. Second second yellow card, and Alex Clark is dismissed. Let's now make some substitutions then. I think for a start, we've got to get DPD on the pitch. In terms of what position, we're going to bring him on over on the left-hand side. We're also going to bring Kamara on for Bateson and put Cunningham out to left-back. I mean, Cunningham's playing really well at centre-back, but Bateson's just a little bit tired and obviously only on a 6.5 rating. Final change of the game, we're going to leave for another 5 or 10 minutes or so, get them 2 players on the pitch. Now, they do have a free kick here for Tilbury. This will be taken by the central defender, Agataize? I'm not really too sure. I'll probably absolutely pronounce that wrong, but Kamara's been spun. Surely not. Oh my goodness me. What an absolutely shocking start that is from Kamara. He's got all the potential in the world, but he needs to grow a little bit. He needs to bulk himself up a little bit if he wants to remain as a #United player. And with passes like that, I'm not too sure MJ Kamara's got long left at the football club. He's having an absolute nightmare here, MJ Kamara. What an absolutely shocking first 5 minutes it's been for him in today's game, as the ball's played in behind here, and that goal is MJ Kamara's fault. I don't really know what to say. He's given the ball away about 6 times there, and he's massively out of position. Haysom then can't cover in time, and I don't even know what to say. Look, he just does nothing. He's just hovering. Look, he just steps up for no reason. But with a nice finish. And Tilbury are level. All our hard work in this game is thrown away by MJ Kamara and his lack of footballing ability. Final change of the game. DPD is going to come into the midfield for Ellison Wright, and Rory Hill is going to come on over on that left-hand side as a winger, and fingers crossed he can do something a little bit better. DPD is going to come on as a Mazzala as well. Free kick for us here, which Beresford is stood over. He's going to shoot here. He is going to shoot, and he's going to find the top corner. James Beresford from absolutely out of nowhere. Like what I say, since Essien has come in, Beresford's performances have massively improved. And on this occasion, he's absolutely wrapped that one right into the top corner. Fingers crossed now we don't throw it away, because we deserve it in today's game. We deserve to win. We have comfortably been the better side. And approaching the last 10 minutes, despite them having 10 men, they've certainly put up a decent fight in today's game. Looking at the formation they're currently playing, we should definitely tell them to currently use the ball in the wider areas rather than through the centre. I mean, we've not got an attacking midfielder, so we should be doing that regardless. They've got a free kick here. Ball is played over the top. Kamara with a pretty good clearance on this occasion. Now Beresford finds Francis Diol. Back into Beresford. Can he clip one down the line? He can't. He cuts back here. What's he going to do with it? He finds Kamara. He clips one forward and he loses the ball. Another mistake there from Kamara. And now he's 1v1 against Pring. Ball into the box. Haysom deals with it on this occasion. Now Cunningham plays the ball down the line into Rory Hill. On off the bench, he plays one down the line into DPD. He's got the legs to drive forward with it. Looks for Teniola, shoots, blocked, only as far as DPD. Is he going to hit one? He shoots! Oh my god, what a goal from DPD. Such an underappreciated, underrated signing. And there is gonna be 3 points once again coming back to #United. I mean, we're at home, so it's not coming back. They're remaining in #United, although it's not a place. You know what I'm trying to say. We're picking up the 3 points. DPD from outside the box, off the underside of the crossbar, and in. What a brilliant strike that is. And 91 minutes on the clock. #United 3, Tilbury FC 1. There is your full-time whistle. Back-to-back wins again on camera. It's just a shame we're so bad off camera, isn't it? Because that, again, was a well done, lads. That was a good win for us. Absolutely brilliant. But that is where I'm going to leave it for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could churn it 20 likes. As I said at the start of today's episode, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Drop a comment in as well down in the comment section down below to help boost the video in the YouTube algorithm. Lots of signings made. We've now, since the last episode, brought in 3 new players. We've got 5 players out of the door as well. Our wage budget is currently looking pretty nice. We can get someone else in on about £40–45 a week. So again, looking pretty healthy at this moment in time. We've got Danny Gould out of the club as well. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all very soon for another one. Peace.